This section of the course will discuss the importance of PPC campaign structures and their deep impact on the success of ROI search campaigns. This chapter is probably one of the most important in the course, as the structuring of our campaigns sets the basis for the future automated management and the entire optimization of our search advertising investment. So keep your eyes wide open for this. Put simply, the way you structure your account allows you to control how your ads are triggered, as well as when and where you want them to appear. Lacking a well-structured account is like attempting to drive a car that's not properly built. Accidents are bound to happen. ROI search architecture has a significant impact on reporting, since you can report on different category levels easily if you have an organized campaign structure. Also, the visual aspect is highly important. Labeling your campaign names with a campaign type, for example, USA search English mobile Spain hotels, makes it easier to filter and report on specific campaign types. Number 2, optimizing. Account updates become easier with a clean account structure, keeping you organized and better able to optimize. If your account is a mess, then you're likely to get lost in that mess and your results will plummet, or even never arrive. So optimizing to get better results will be out of the question. Be sure to consider organization and your own sanity when structuring your account. Remember that a cluttered campaign is a poorly optimized campaign. Number 3, quality scores. Please note that add copy to keyword relevance hugely increase your quality score, lowering cost per click and setting the basis for better performance. A quality score is essentially the scale of how much Google likes you, and trust me, you want Google to love you. Number 4, build-outs. Growing accounts becomes easier with an organized account structure. By designing optimized search structures, you will understand much better which categories are being activated and which are not, allowing you to grow not only in an orderly way but also much faster. Now that we understand why it is important to properly structure our campaigns, let's take a look at how to structure them. What is the perfect account structure? This question arises constantly. What is the perfect account structure for you? I hate to break it to you, but there is truthfully no magic recipe for structuring your account, and more than one strategy can prove successful. Luckily, there are a few different methods that work well. First, you can base your search structure on the structure of your website. How is your website structured? Do you have different tabs or pages for different products or offerings? Do you value different product pages over others? If your website is well structured, which it should be, then it makes sense to structure your search campaigns in a strictly similar way. You can also set the structure of your campaigns by products or service offers. This is likely the same as the structure of your website, but think on your different services or products offered and structure your account in a similar way. For example, let's say you sell tennis gear. You will want to create a campaign for tennis rackets, tennis balls, tennis clothing, etc. Then, under the tennis rackets campaign, you may create separate ad groups for the brands you sell, or perhaps for the size or gender the racket is for. Take a look at your various offerings and decide which ones are most valuable. Is there a very large demand for tennis bags online? Then you might want to campaign for tennis bags with a higher budget. Spend some time mapping out your products and deciding how you want to divvy up your budget between campaigns. Also, you can structure your campaigns based on locations. Is location important to your business? Can campaigns have different value according to different geographic segments? If location targeting is important, then structure your search campaigns based on this. Lastly, and in generally speaking, I recommend you to segmentate your campaigns as many ad groups as possible. For example, a standard technique is to build ad groups of one single keyword in 4 matches: broad match modifier, phrase, and exact match. Why so? Because this way you can build ads strictly targeted and build based on those keywords, which has immediate effects on improvements in the click-through ratio, quality scores, and ultimately lowering CPCs. In my particular case, I do not usually build ad groups with more than 6 keywords, so I make sure that each ad is specifically shown to its most relevant keywords. And this way is how I build huge matrix of hyper-segmented campaigns, which allows us to have a tighter control of the performance of each type of audience. Of course, there are many other tactics to structuring your account, but it's all about taking time to come up with a rational structure that will be easy to manage, track, and optimize to get the better results for over time. So take time to ponder various structuring techniques and decide on the one that works best for your business. Once you have decided, I really recommend actually mapping out this structure on an Excel document to get a full visual of the campaigns and ad groups you'll be creating. Later, then you can use the Rocket.Roi Structures Builder to automate the design and creation of your campaigns in a few seconds.